How are these guys doing this? How do we see pro gamers just completely download their opponent's brain and turn their own moves against them? How does a player just see an action coming in from a mile away and just so casually go, oh cool, yeah, I got this? How do players in some cases just do this? What is going on? There's a lot of terms for this kind of stuff. Hard reads, soft reads, mind games, traps, predictions, big bottoms, etc. We're gonna simplify. We can categorize all of these concepts into two sections: natural reads and forced reads. Before we get there, let's figure out what a read is. In essence, a read is where one player takes advantage of the behavior of another player. This concept, as you'll see in the rest of this video, can work in a multitude of games. We'll be looking at examples in a game called Beetle Blaster 4 Arcade Edition X, but this game and these examples cover every type of game out there, so don't worry. Then, we'll talk about how you can take these skills into the games you play. Let's start with the super simple to understand natural reads. Natural reads are, for the most part, a player seeing something occurring naturally and then intercepting it. Let's take a look at an example of this. So player A here is the person doing the read, and they see player B, the player being red, here. Player A is equipped with a standard Beetle Blaster. When fired, it launches a slow-moving projectile. Cool. Now, the problem is, player B is about to win the game. Why? Well, if they can get over here with the ball, they get a free goal on the net. But player A can just blast them, right? Well, no. See, there's a wall between player A and player B, but there's also a gap, a spot we can blast this guy before he gets to the net. Now, since this wall is transparent, like a window, this is super easy, because we could just see this guy moving and then time our shot to line up with them perfectly. Okay, so yes, you, viewer, you're on player A's team, and you have a really cool tool, the Time Stopper. Ooh, fancy, cool, wow. When you use it, you can freeze an enemy in place for 3 seconds. To use it, you need to press your spacebar, your mouse click, or your finger on your touchscreen. Why don't you try it right now? Now that you've practiced, all you need to do is freeze player B as soon as they hit this spot. Then your friend can get a much easier hit on them, and then you win the game. So let's try. Get ready to use your time stopper, and here we go. Did you get him? Well, he moves pretty quick, but that was easy. This is a read, a simple one or a natural one. What happens here is that player B is moving in a predictable way. They're following a set path, and they're keeping the same speed, and they don't notice us. Natural reads, though, can be a lot more difficult. For instance, we're going to turn this window into a solid wall. Now we need to consider timing our shot. Can you try using your time stopper one more time? This time, though, pay close attention to the speed player B is traveling. Did you get them this time? Much harder, yeah? Feel free to go back and try again. So that summarizes what a natural read is. Someone we're going up against is doing something naturally, and we take advantage of it. We see them moving in a predictable path, or maybe they're exposing themselves with a super long attack that we can just walk up to after some time and score a free hit, a free point, or whatever value we want from the game. Natural reads, for the most part, come from an opponent making an action without you having a part in it. Make sense? Awesome. Now, forced reads. Forced reads are where a player understands their opponent's available options and push or force them to pick from limited options, or even one, and either most or all of those options put that person under pressure and at a disadvantage. It can be easily likened to a checkmate. So let's look at an example of this. Player A, you want to blow up player B that's behind cover. Now you have 2 tools. One, a stink bomb. After being thrown, it releases a toxic cloud of gas that knocks out enemies. And 2, a laser blaster. I think that's kind of simple enough. Now, unfortunately, you have one tiny bit of HP and one last shot on your blaster. You need to make it count, and you need to hit the enemy before they hit you. Player B has 3 basic options of places to go. Left, stay here behind the rock, and right. They have low-ish HP too, but as long as you get the first hit, you win. Now, player A, you're exposed, but you have a plan. You're going to toss the stink bomb right here, and then, well, what do you think player B is going to do? Are they going to stand there in range of the stink bomb? Are they going to run closer into it? Or are they going to run in this direction? Well, if he stands there, he's going to get knocked out by the gas. If he runs into it, he's knocked out by the gas. So his only option now to not get knocked out and lose is run to the right. And, well, you, player A, need to line up your shot, and you only have enough charge for one more. Can you hit it first? Well, try readying your click, and this time see if you land the laser shot as soon as he appears. So our stink bomb is thrown. And he's running. Did you get him? Notice again how we turned 3 viable options where we were at a disadvantage and out in the open into just 1. We forced this player to respond to something that we have done, and we win because of it. The situations you're going to be finding yourself in whatever game you're playing may be vastly different from this. So what do we take away from this video? How do we start getting those hard reads, the soft reads, the mind games, traps, predictions, those big bottoms? Easy. Or not easy because it's gonna take a lot of work. The answer is just conceptually basic. Look at every single situation you're about to go into in one of 2 new ways. First way, before you interact with someone you're up against, ask yourself, what will they think or do before my action or presence? Or even simpler, what are they thinking right now? And let's get more specific. Are they following a predictable path of action? Will they come to a stop for any reason and be vulnerable? Is there a move or action we can throw at them that they won't be ready for? Am I waiting for the best moment to strike? Have they done the same action a few times in a row? Second way, how we want to think when we tackle forced reads. As you interact with someone you're up against, ask yourself, what will they think or do because of my action or presence? Or simpler, do I have something to force them into thinking or acting in a certain way? Let's get more specific. Can I make them expose themselves if I cut off a number of their options? Could I pressure one way but fake and move to the other? Since I caught them in that spot, will they take the next most valuable one instead? How many seconds till they forget about me and go back to being distracted so I could challenge them again? Since they see me coming in from this angle, will they think that I'll make that extra hit? Can I just let the ball roll in? What are they doing while I'm not actively looking at them? Notice how all these points are questions. I've made a video about developing habits that explains this. It's linked below. Definitely check it out. The point is, for all of this, as with all my coaching, is that we need to prompt ourselves to think. Even if you don't fool who you're up against, even if you don't make some amazing read, the goal here is to consider and get to the point where after enough tries we predict right. Just once. We read right and we crush the opposition. And after that happens the first time, after that hard work, that discomfort, your brain is going to have incentive to do it again.
And look at that, he delays it and blocks him!
And
You
again.
can push up a little bit
He's
here.
over high gun. Yeah, I'm poking him. He's
And again. And then you'll have better mind games, reads, and predictions in every single game you play. So get out there, challenge yourself, ask yourself the important questions, and make me proud. So thanks again for watching through to the end. If you liked this video and want to see more, you can hit the subscribe button, the like button, or leave a comment. Those do wonders for my drive and also get these videos seen by more people. Heck yeah. If you want to see yourself in a video, patrons are featured like these guys at the end of every single one. Thank you again so very much. Also, I do personalized coaching to help give your gameplay a professional set of eyes to review and find where and how you can improve fastest. You can check the links below. Have a super rad day, keep on reading, kick some butt. See ya!